dialogue, really, really good character interactions, and obviously great cutscenes, etc., and facial animation. No, they're not there. And that is a viable reason, a good reason for you not to buy it. But if you're more interested in the fantasy of being an explorer in a new galaxy, somebody that is trying to save this group of disparate colonists from annihilation by forging a path and leading the way and establishing viable colonies, if you enjoy the combat, if you enjoy the rover aspects of it, which I do, by the way, that rover's super fun to drive. It's like a Mako, but good. It's much, much more fun than any other vehicle I've played around with in those games. And if you also happen to enjoy a lot of crafting and skill and character customization in terms of what the character can do, as opposed to what they're role-playing, then this game is very strong in those respects. So that's what it's going to come down to, I think, for most people. What is their priority? Are these things a deal breaker for them or not?
And we need to stop pretending that a 7 out of 10 is a bad score. Good Lord.
We have this discussion. Yeah, Jim Sterling and his things with Zelda. We definitely have to. We need to stop pretending that is the case. We also need to stop pretending that IGN is capable of going below a 7.7 for a AAA game. Unless apparently it's Alien Isolation. I don't know what was going on with that one. I think we gave it a 5.9, but either way, it is a very flawed game that has severe polish issues. But in my opinion, the polish issues are stuff that is superficial and doesn't impede my enjoyment of the game. It's mostly just things for me to laugh at and roll my eyes at, as opposed to say, well, my experience is ruined, my immersion has now been shattered, because somebody doesn't speak quite the way that I would have expected them to speak. That doesn't really bother me that much, and my experience in the multiplayer has been excellent so far. It's been a lot of fun. Myself, Strippin, and Gmart have been having a blast with it. Force has been enjoying it as well. I don't think that's necessarily justified to buy the game solely off the back of that, but it's good. It's a lot of fun. It's just a better Mass Effect 3 one. Although I would recommend playing with people that you know you have good internet connections to, because pubbies, it's a peer-to-peer system. Yeah, I know, boom. If you have a host with a shitty internet connection, you're gonna have a shitty time. So watch out. And
if people don't know, it's not PvP. It's a PvE wave-based.
Yes.
Thing.
Pure co-op. Yeah. It is. It's got a lot going for it, and it's also got a lot working against it. And those are the most interesting games to talk about, in my opinion. They're very fun.
I quite enjoy it.
It's very enjoyable to discuss. So yeah, I'll be getting my videos out in the next couple of days on it, no doubt. Yeah, so there's Andromeda. I'll be interested to hear what you have to say, Jesse, once you've played it, because I know you're a very story-orientated kind of guy. You're very interested in interesting characters. I expect you to come back next week and tell me, this game is a pile of shit. Here's 30 minutes why, because you just have different priorities to me. I actually really want to hear that, so try and play it if you've got the time.
I've got it all downloaded on the PS4 Pro, too, so I'm going to be playing it as well.
I have a feeling Jenna's probably going to chew me out over it as well. She started playing it this morning, and I know that she plays for very different reasons to what I play for, so it would not in any way surprise me if she comes back and said, why did you tell me this game actually had some potential? This was a terrible experience.
Why did you lie to me?
Oh, man. But yeah, that's been the major kerfuffle of the last week or so. The game is out today for those in the US. Thursday, Friday for Europe and UK. Also, just by the way, EA has officially said they have no problem with you using a VPN to play the game early. Good for you. Because Valve could potentially ban you for that. They've said they don't mind you doing that. So, if you want to bypass the region lock, EA don't give a fuck. They will...
Awesome, actually.
Yeah, I think that's great. These staggered releases are as a result of old physical box retail stores. The UK releases their games on a Friday. EU generally does Thursday/Thursday night, and the US does it on a Tuesday. So this is a decade out of date. Since digital distribution came along, there's no need to do this anymore. These publishers are held beholden to these big box stores, especially with big releases, because the big box stores will threaten to not stock the game or to not properly promote the game if they don't abide by that. So they're still kind of under the thumb.
I think a lot of that has to do with their stocking stuff, right? I mean,
Yes.
Because gaming is not the only thing